Welcome, welcome, guys. How's everyone doing? I cannot believe I'm going on during the end of the U of I Michigan basketball game. That is hilarious. Let's see. We have a good group coming in. Welcome to WCIA Network, where everything I do and say falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Whoops. This channel follows the guidelines, Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. I will be going over information today that will be showing and mentioning particular YouTube creators, and it has zilcho to do with them. I am not discussing them directly. That's not my conversation. I'm here to point out the information that shows within their videos and within their faces. I have tonight 2 different PDFs that I will get through. One that completely really focuses on showing you how these faces are all mushing together, and they have a similar look and feel and intuitive, understanding. So before we begin, I'd like to welcome, first of all, Muffin Top, my amazing mod, is in the house here. Welcome, welcome. I don't see Judy yet. Welcome in, GH White. And oh my God, you guys are coming in strong. This is amazing. Let me go down here. Sassafras, Rumpalong here. Hello. Justice coming soon. Welcome in. Rachel, hi. Oops, I can't answer. It's my daughter. Colleen 2269, welcome in. And we're going to get started. If you could do me a favor, and when you come on in and start watching, do a thumbs up would be wonderful. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. It definitely will help the channel. This information today, it took me a while to organize it the way I really wanted to get the point across correctly without making it about the creators. I'll keep going in and out of chat, you guys, because you guys will probably have some questions. So I will try to keep it open. The first thing I want to talk about is this photo that I have of Don Wells. This photo is a photo I've never seen look like this before. I've never seen Don Wells appear with one of these glasses on his face, and he looks different. And what I've noticed in this photo that changes and consistently changing is that it's showing elements and information that matches the faces that I have been watching. Especially the glasses. Now, between Bryan Kohberger's father, Don Wells, and whatever is coming through here with Molly, this is Molly with Molly in the back. Now, obviously, this isn't about Molly. It's about the images that are going to be shown within these creators' YouTube channels. I believe that the facial recognition that could be done, obviously through law enforcement, they could figure out if these are actually close together and they look similar enough so they could figure out what these people really look like. They don't look like the Molly we know, obviously. But the information within her video I've been looking at for months and months and months and months and months, right? Begging for her to take a look at her stuff. Now, interestingly enough, who here has heard that the other person's video that I have tons of was Tiffany Marie? Is she gone from YouTube, you guys? I don't understand. Is she just not there anymore? Is she deleted? Oh my God, my family's watching the basketball game. Has she deleted everything? Because her stuff is all gone. It's just not, it's not there anymore. Anyways, I'm going to go get to it. I'm going to do the readings tomorrow. I have my 4 binders here that I like to go through my binders and read what I have written about these cases. Now, I finally looked to see, yeah, it disappeared. When my first entry was before, and it was before, let me see something. Let me turn this light on so I can see. Okay. My first entry, before I get into this, because I always was curious, was March 31st. And March 31st was my first entry that I wrote about what I was seeing through what was happening with these children. And then I continue entering entries April, May, and then June, April 20th, and then April 22nd. I have a whole drawing of a small 2-bedroom apartment. And then I have May 7th. I write about what these people are eating. May 10th, I write about pulled into a side sand road. I was placed in a 2-seater small car. Not fancy nor expensive, but it seemed as if the driver was very familiar with the road as he swerved and turned in ways he knew where the twists were. I was not caustic, so possibly completely sober and alert. I may have been dressed for a date. I had a black skirt on, young legs, no marks, simple heels. Maybe I was Asian. I do not think I was American due to the skin type. Weather was warm, not too hot, sunny, small clouds, blue sky. It was about 2:30 as the sun was first beginning to set. It was beginning to set behind the mountain on the left side. On my side, sun was behind the mountain. It was already shady. Now, these are entries that I write, in my book when I have visions. Sun was behind the mountain. It was already shady and cool air when we approached a split in the road. The road now was sand color, new sand, tone of rocks. Instead of continuing left to stay on the main sand area, he pulled right into an open area pull off, but it was not marked as a place to stop. He continued driving as fast as this road, he said, was where we were going. I asked, "Where are we going? The road goes the other way." His response was, "We are taking this road." At that moment, I realized I was in trouble, going somewhere unknown. This personality shifted. He stopped feeling. I could tell by the way his body stiffened, the way he shifted the car with all his power, the way he almost turned into a monster. I feel as if he may have hit me and went into a whole new reality, or maybe he did, or maybe he didn't. It was not completely sundown, cold and misty air, blackness, but just enough sun left to get me where I was going, like a Batman cave pulled in, and then everything went to 100% darkness. I was not completely out of it, but I was 100% black. It was 100% black from what I could see. The timing was perfect. This place did not want to be found. Now, you guys, I wrote this before Summer Moon went missing. If anyone tried to follow, it was blackness outside by the time we arrived. He was on a strict, direct timeline in answer to someone else. He had no cell phone. I feel he whipped it out of the car as soon as he got on the road. He picked me up either at a bus station, a train. It was an empty two-way street divided by a median. Car must have been convertible top. Silver color license plate was small and black. They set the time like a time you set a date. And then I continue, and I write all this down before Summer even went missing. And this is the stuff that I'll spend some time, maybe a different day, reading. So a lot of what I wrote down in my books here are showing up within my visions now, and they're showing up as images inside these YouTube channels. So I'm going to start with, let me see. I'm going to start with this one. Now, trigger warning, because much of what I'm going to be showing you, it may make people uncomfortable. It might. I don't know. But if you feel uncomfortable watching it, you can turn it off and come back at your own time. I have videos that show the complete sacrifices as I know of them. Now, obviously, nothing has been proven. Nothing has been proven true. And no law enforcement has given it the stamp of trueness. So when I speak here and give information, it's basically like entertainment purposes and educational purposes for those who want to learn how to really see truth through the deep fake. I believe that in order to do that, you really need to know your elements. And that's what I teach here. I teach the elements of the Summer Moon Wells missing children. And if you know your elements, then you can, and there's not many of them. They're all on, wait, do I want to start with this one? Yeah, not that one. The elements stay strong through all the children's cases that I cover. They don't change, they don't shift. They might be different in size the green face and so forth doesn't change. Certain things do change colors, but they basically all stay as cookie cutters. So like this green face, it's on the bottom of the swing, is the same green face was on the bottom of Summer Moon Wells' swing. This basically is a Summer Moon Wells swing. And the boots and the shoes are the same. Summer Moon Wells and the little girl that she was with had shoes on just like that. They're covered in white. They're by a tree. And I believe that is water. This could basically be Summer Moon Wells. So when I say Summer Moon Wells missing children, and I use Summer Moon Wells' name, covers thousands of kids. The Summer Moon Wells that I know of, there's one of her, right? But there's thousands of kids that have been sacrificed, taken, stolen, sold, trafficked, all of that. But every case that I follow and talk about has the same elements. This might as well be the Wells backyard. This might as well be oh my God, what am I? The water, the lake, the water pond. This could be anything, but it's the same as Summer Moon Wells sacrificed children. So I'm showing this to you because there are a handful of TikTok families that follow in order the same people that I am following on YouTube. When you go to their TikTok channel, the TikToks that follow coordinate with the story. Now, I truly believe that TikTok is doing that on purpose. I think that they know. I believe that they're based in China, and it's a whole it's a whole production line. This is what's in the production line. I took out the name of this family because it's not fair for me to put the name up, but it's damn well fair for me to show you the photos, because this is what Summer Moon Wells look like. And all the children have those lines on their faces as well. It's nothing different, you guys. It's nothing different. The shoes that you see here to the left, those shoes are Michael Vaughn's. Those are Michael Vaughn's boots that he had on. That is from Michael Vaughn. His boots match the kids' boots. So his boots, his shoes, which are totally fake, match Summer Moon Wells's. All they are elements that stay consistent. This is Summer Moon. This picture I received from No Thanks Investigates. It's the same video that had Don on it, and I believe also Molly Golightly. This video allowed me to grab information and images to tell Summer Moon's story. Don Wells, I have never seen look like this other than in No Thanks. And his picture goes with our little summer moon to the right that has those bars around her. And I truly believe that it's Michael Vaughn that's behind her. This is not the Don Wells that we know of, you guys. Don Wells, which I never even knew before, his face. These are all messed up. These photos tell the truth, and I am being told that the closest to the truth comes from this video. That this video holds much information that other videos do not. This here is exactly what Michael Vaughn looked like. And if you recognize that there's a head behind her and you see how the silver bars coming through, this is exactly what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Now down here, a couple pages down, but I'm going to put it here. This is Michael Vaughn. When I tell you that you cannot tell me for 1 second that these are different. This is Summer Moon Wells, and this is Michael Vaughn. Their stories are the same. They're the same. They're together. These children are together. Now, everything I say is allegedly, right? But notice what's behind Summer and those bars, because all of this is coming into play in this presentation. This Don Wells is not just Don Wells, and I never heard that information until now. I don't know why it took so long for this information to show up. Why now? That's what I would ask my spirit guides. Why now? Why now? Why now are you showing this now? What's the point of holding on to this information until now? That's the question I want answered. Because you guys, I don't, within my own brain space, I don't have that answer. This is the answer. All these images that I'm showing you here come from Molly Golightly's face. Now, I've wanted to tell her, I think she goes on at 8. Why would these faces, the only reason these faces would be inside of Molly Golightly's face is that if someone put them there. That's what I've always wanted answered. But lately, just lately, those glasses and the face that's showing up in Molly Golightly's face is Brian Kohlberger's father. That's who I think it is. And these glasses match Don's glasses. So between these three faces, somewhere lies the truth. And this is where I'm going to be focusing my time, is showing how, because I could get them really fast, you guys. I know how to get right under those layers. So I am going to be spending my time. I have my elements down. I have the story down. I just need someone to do a documentary. Story's not going to change. These kids are still getting sacrificed because no one's fucking stopping them. No one. But the faces are all coming out. These are all way too similar. If you look at Don's glasses, and I mean, I don't know if that is Brian's father, but I think it is. Now, is Brian's father Molly? No. Who the fuck knows? But all I know is that these images, let me turn this glasses, all of a sudden are really coming together. You see this? Like, these aren't even glasses Molly wears. So, looking at this guy's face, it's like, it's a lot like Brian's father. And you're telling me that Brian's father didn't know that the knife was inside their house? That they found the knife? But look at Don. This was Summer, who showed up inside No Thanks Investigates. Okay? She shared a frame with that guy. I don't even know his name. Now, this guy's face, half of his face, No Thanks Investigate, you have to follow me on this, winds up in Molly's frame. And they're different people, you guys. So the one in Molly's frame on the bottom, that bottom one keeps showing up in her videos. I'm going to show you. This face right here, that is half of Investigates. I don't know what the fuck his channel's called. But this here is half the face. Now, we don't know who that is because we don't know who that face is, right? But what I am saying is I am going to make it my business to focus in on this information, because it doesn't seem as if any of the authorities are, or they would be talking about it. Because this child right here, Summer, this is the clearest photo we have of Summer, and those are the elements. You're looking at them. I know what that is in her face. I know what that is on her face. It's not new. The maroon bars are not new. The box she's in is not new. It's not new. But these two children are in the same goddamn space. And if I do not know what it's going to take for the authorities to understand and recognize you don't make this shit up. This isn't stuff that you could just, go to Scott's channel and paint a photo of. This is what's going on. And I believe that's Michael Vaughn behind Summer. These kids are not getting justice so soon. I'm not really quite clear what has to happen for people to see that I'm not over here just doing woo-woo and talking to the dead and channeling the people. I do channel. That's what I do. This is how I got my information. But that's not going to solve the cases. It's not. Taking elements like this and taking the children that are together under Summer Moon Wells Missing Children, which include this Michael Vaughn, and showing that they have identical information, there has to be an aha moment somewhere soon. Wouldn't you think? There has to be an aha moment sometime soon within all of these cases. I would think. I mean, let me tell you something. This fake lady who's playing this fake person who is helping this fake Madeleine McCann, she's laying it out for us, you guys. She is laying out so much information that can be used and looked at and compared to all of these cases. Why? Because Madeleine McCann is a Summer Moon Wells missing child. Madeleine McCann is one of the kids that were sacrificed, just like Summer. They all have the same information. And I don't know what the fuck this lady's doing, running around like a chicken with her head cut off, other than showing you sacrifices. It's all. Because it's harvest time. It's harvest time. The picture to the left is Michael Vaughn and Summer Moon. That came from Michael Vaughn's photos. I can't remember what the picture to the right is from. But this is what happens to their faces. This. It's all the same. The lady that is running around with that long black hair and acting as if she's helping somebody, where I have my own opinion on it, to me reminds me of the same person that's here in No Thanks Investigates. This photo here I have shown before. This is the room. This is the room in which these children go. Now, they may want you to think, this was in Don's basement in his wall. But the thing to remember is that's not what we're looking at. We're looking at the elements. We're looking at these pieces of the rooms that match the other rooms. Every room has what you're looking in the back. Every room that I know is part of the sacrifices. Wait, let me crop this. Has, and anyone that knows, anyone that is guilty of this, and they know what the room looks like, and I do believe that you do come in here and you listen to my channel because you want to know how much information is being said. I could tell you that this is the only fucking room that I care about. That one. That's it. These are the rooms. These are the rooms that matter. These are the rooms that the kids wind up in. These are them. They're clear. They're clear boxes. These are them. This is what you're looking for, because what is inside that room, those are the sacrifices inside that room. This is what's common. And this is what I found in Madeleine McCann's last video. That she had her at that fake train station. She's not a fake. She's a fake. She's not a train station. This is what's being shown very crystal clear inside particular people's photos. This one on the bottom is from the lab. The one on top is Don Wells. Don Wells, the lab, investigates, have all the same information. But let me show you something. It's underground. It's not on the ceiling. I know that you turn it upside down and this shit is underground. These are the same rooms that I showed you from the Beeston Bunch. It's underground. Those are holes in the ground. These are holes in the ground. These are the holes that I showed you, but I brightened it up, that were in the video. Let me see if I have it in here. I know I have it in here some. Oh, I do. It's coming up. These holes in the ground. But I'll show it's in one of these, but I'm going to show you since this is up. It's in one of these holes in the ground. There's no difference, you guys. There's no difference. No difference. It's an underground freaking organized crime. These are underground. And this shows up. This other one shows up in the Gotcha Man, the truck. That white truck, I'm putting it out there, that is the white truck. That's what the truck looks like that is doing this, and that's the white truck that is shown throughout all these videos. That's what it is. That's the white truck. The white truck can be seen in the following YouTube creators, and I'm mentioning them not because they're guilty. I'm mentioning them because I want them to know that this stuff's in their videos, and those are the only channels I'm going to be getting my white truck from. Ryan Upchurch, The Gotcha Man, Don Wells, and in any of the other cases that I'm working on directly. But it seems as if the ones who show this truck the clearest are the ones that I just mentioned. And I know that they're being deep faked because first the truck is outside in the winter cold, and in the very same frame it's underground. It's impossible. The car that you see right here in this one page comes all from the same frame. Now, a frame is very small. A frame is a millisecond, right? That millisecond of a frame gave me all of this information, which gives me the fake car. Period. It gives me the fake car. This car is not what, I mean, I'm maybe in his freaking fucking video it is, but whoever puts its stuff underneath it, this is the fake car. This is the car with the elements. This is the car that is used. This is the car, kind of a car that is used to transport things. This is the car, the only car I am going to be watching and taking videos of and going in between the slides. So now I don't have to look all over the place. I know where I'm looking. This is where I'm looking. It's right there. There's the box. There's the head in the maroon thing. There's the maroon, the green, the white number 5 box in the window. This is, I don't have to look anywhere else. I don't have to look anywhere else. So anytime I want to go get a picture of the white car and see what's going in the car and see all the blood and shit that's going on in the car and see what sacrifices are going on tonight, I know where I'm getting them. I don't have to go searching anymore. That's why I'm on this phase of my storyboard. There it is. What you see here, it's so crazy how I put this shit together because it's so funny how what you see here is what I just pulled from Molly's video of the missing knife or something. And Dre's, this is what's in there. This is what looks like it's in the garage, whatever that garage thing is. Let me see something. It's the head. Wait. Oh, is that crazy? Yep. So this is how I line shit up. This is how my world works. I just put this in here. So let me see if I could grab, or should I wait? So copy. I'm gonna wait. I'll keep the suspense going. So I don't have far to look. And when the time comes and the investigators decide to put this shit together, I only have a couple places I have to send them to get the information. Because that same white truck is in the Gotcha Gone thing and in Don Wells. This is the truck that's used to move shit and used to help move the sacrifices along. It's what it does. And they're all different. Now let me show you guys something. Wait, let me bring this up. The one here is from, I believe, the Gotcha Man is this one. This one. Okay? Ryan Upchurch's video from 8 hours ago. He's got, oh no, this is intense. They're watching the game. What is it, overtime? Oh my God. See, I've got kids that went to Michigan and U of I, and they're all athletes. Anyways, this is Ryan Upchurch's video from 8 hours ago. To me, this is the white car. This is the white car from Gotchagon, Gotchaman. The elements are all coming and going to the same place. Same place. I don't know if they're discussing it. Do they know that this is in their videos? But these are them. So if anyone is asking about the car, it's always the white pieces of a car. These white pieces get pulled apart and they're put on the bottom of the car. This here, it's like a cookie cutter. This here is your human. Right there. A little freaky, right? This is the white part that got put on Kiely Rodni's car in the Idaho 4 car that I showed you guys and said it's right under the car. Hello, mister. Right there. Right there. There you go. Right there. And this is right there. And those are all the pieces hanging out of the fake car. Now, is it really there? I don't know. All I know is these are the elements. These are them. And they match. They match. This is a fake car. This is what the rooms look like. What you see to the right is from Benny Keys and Don Wells. That is now imagine, that's the same thing that you see to the left from Check It TV. Now, it may look different to you because the colors are different. The elements are all the same. They just change it a little bit. This here goes right here, and that's the doorway right there. See? That's the door. That's that. It's all there. There's your head hiding in the white thing. There's one doorway to hell. The one thing I know that is completely the same, everyone has the same door. There might be different entrances, but they're all the same. One way in, no way out. This comes from that loony that put up the video saying he was videotaping the Idaho 4 from the house when the police went in. This is the same thing as I just showed you. This is this. All leads to the same door, and whoever put that video up needs to be found. This is what's underground. These rooms are shown in the Beast and Bunch videos. I showed this the other day. This here is the same thing as I just showed you up here. These are the rooms underground. These are them. These are children. coming out of the rooms. This is very, very, very important because this is about the Idaho 4 murders. The Idaho 4 murders were all taped. Prior to the night they went missing. The picture up in the left-hand side comes from one of their parties. The picture on the left-hand side comes from the party. The picture on the right-hand side is Molly Golightly. Which we know is not, but it came from her video. Now, watch this. You guys, this is important to watch. Okay? Both of these come from Molly's videos. I'm going to show you what that machine represents. What you see on the left-hand side is from Dylan Rounds. Dylan Rounds has a video from work, and that video is not from work. And I try to get people's attention because to me, wherever they are doing this, have children there, and they're not all dead. Now, obviously, that's not Molly Golightly, and I would love for her to acknowledge the fact that this is in her video. We know it's not her. We're not stupid. The picture to the left is Dylan Rounds. Dylan Rounds, one of the kids that have not been found, and I have said that he was taken during harvest time. Something went wrong, but Dylan was well aware of what was going on. They just didn't think that he would be taken. This is the Summer Moon Wells Missing Children story. These pictures, you guys, are completely accessible to anyone who wants them. What is going on with my dogs? Like, they're outside my door, like scraping to come in here. Never happens. Dylan Round's story has so much to share and so much to tell us. The fact that this is the same. Wait, let's see. 1 minute. Oh my God, it's overtime again. Jesus. This is the same information. This is the same information. This is Summer Moon Wells. This is what they look like, you guys. Consistently, I show this. This here shows right here, and guess what? The top left-hand corner is the Beeston Bunch. The other one is from Summer Moon Wells. These are the same elements telling the same story using the same information. Up left-hand corner comes from that Beckman family that I showed you was in the hospital. There is no difference that what she is showing than what they're showing in the Beeston Bunch video on the bottom right-hand corner. These are the same. The same. Why is it that this cannot be acknowledged? Why is it that this has to consistently be put to the side when we see children in here? We see hands. This is what they're doing. This is from the Beeston Bunch video. See those strings? You see where they're going? You see where they're leading to? They're leading all to the same door. I'm on my live, sweetie. Same door, same doorway. As I just showed you here, let me grab the photo. Actually, let me make it a little smaller so you could see it a little better. This is the doorway. It's telling you there's a small, for all we know, the doorway is representative of the eyeball. We don't know. All I know, it's the same. See? There's the door. That's the door. Same door that shows up right here in these. And where we're getting this information is this circle is coming smaller and smaller. The circle of information is becoming smaller and smaller, and the information is getting stronger and stronger because it all ties together. If you guys recall me showing you the front page of Tim Mullins, whatever, he had the family, I think this was just Tim Mullins, I'm not sure, but the front of his page actually had summer looking like this. The 3 phases of summer, right? This is Tim Mullins. This was Tim Mullins' official page. This is what was on his. And this makes a lot more sense to me because it matches what these kids are looking like. This is what they look like. They look like they're in cylinders. Just like that. That's what they look like. covered in the white mesh with the heart on the neck. It all matches. This is the front. And then she winds up in a little house in the little corner, on the all the way down in the corner. Right there. And it's not that it's covered up. It could be found super easy by anyone who really wants to look. Now, I wanted to show you that these from the Idaho 4, she's in a room with those sticks. Those sticks that she is in supposedly in a closet with, those are what hangs, that's these things. That there that you see are these. They're really important to the sacrifice. And again, I point this stuff out because one day, it will make a difference. This is just a photo that represents the head on whatever, but this is what's in the TV. The TV of the Gotcha Man's workshop always has ridiculous photos. I'm showing you right now, and I'm putting this out there. And again, it all falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. And I'm doing this for the sake of the missing children. But whatever this lady is putting out there is showing children that are being taken for the harvest. And this girl is not Madeleine McCann. And somehow the two of them, these are sacrifices. I don't know what's going on with this. Here's the box. I know what that is because I've been looking at it for friggin' months. There's no difference between this box and what I just showed you up here. Wait a minute, where I said the only thing that I need to look at is the box. Where is it? Come on. Is this it? Yeah. So this here to me is the same thing. Different day, different dummy. This is what this girl looks like in the car. She is covered in sacrificial elements. Covered. And it's not her. She looks more like Kylie Rodney than she does herself. Whoever she is. She is in a bad situation, and this girl, this lady with the black hair, has taken over. That is what she looks like. Look at the videos, you guys. This is your Julia that's getting all of this attention. She is part of this group. Like, I think they're using her. And this is what's happening to her. And no one's stopping it. No one's stopping it. I mean, how could this lady come in and go all over the YouTube channels and say that this is what she's doing when it's not? This is what she's doing. I challenge her, and she said she's a medium. I challenge you. Come on to my channel. I challenge you. Big time. Big time, I challenge you to explain this shit. I'll eat you up and spit you out. Really? That's not even her. To me, this is the same girl with the black hair that I saw in my visions before I met Summer Moon Wells. And she doesn't even have black hair. It's fake. How is it that this is possible? How's this possible? This is what's going on. She has the elements all over her. She has that bright up face coming through. You know that bright up, really, that bright up smiley face? It's right, it's in there. You guys, she's being sacrificed. This is happening now. This is happening. And this has to get into the news that is over in the UK, because this is a bunch of crock of shit. But let me tell you something. She's being sacrificed. I know by elements, and you see this? This is the smiling face that we see all the time. It's clear, see? Right there. These are elements. That's, you guys, this isn't her head. I challenge her to come up here, because I will fucking chew you up and spit you out. That's what witches do. Because you are not who you say you are, and you don't do what you say you do. This is what you do. This. That. Does this look like someone who is looking to get her DNA checked to see if she's Madeleine McCann? No. All of these elements match. And whoever the fuck you are not doing this girl any justice, because this is all fake. Fake, fake, fake. Totally fake in the name of Madeleine McCann, which is to me so repulsive that you would do this in the name of Madeleine McCann. That this fake shit that is another sacrifice is being done in the name of a little child. Why is this being allowed? How's this being allowed? How, you guys? How? Look at this. There's another woman's face on this side of her head. It's another woman's face. Let me let my dog in. It's going crazy. This is, oh yeah, my dog is very scared. Come here, baby. Come here. That's another person's face. There are 3 people's faces here, you guys. 3. 3 people's faces. Let me brighten it up for you. I call bullshit, lady. Bullshit. Bullshit. Hey, I could call bullshit because you call bullshit on everyone, all the fake pedophiles that you said were calling. No one was freaking calling or doing anything. It was all made up. Come on my channel. Come on up. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. Look. Does that look normal? No. These are real people, and this is what these photos look like. They're totally delusional. What they are is these are fake images in order to show the sacrifice, because I know that this is what faces look like during a sacrifice. This is what they look like, you guys. Just like this. So this isn't like something I compare it to me again saying this isn't like something I'm saying, oh my God, look at the dead body. You have to squint your eyeballs and look really closely. No. Just brighten them up and look. This is her face. This is the Julia's face that she said that she is helping. That's her face. Why is it that this isn't being discussed or acknowledged? Come on. Seriously. Think about that. Like, don't you want to know who is this? And who is that fake lady in the black outfit? With the boots. She's got boots on like Summer Moon Wells had. Look. Let me bring this in here. See those boots? Remember those boots that Summer Moon Wells had on? With those things on the side? There's no difference. Those are the boots that I just showed you that Michael Vaughn had on. Like, talk about this. I call bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Look at this. It's a bunch of crock shit. So look at all the faces here. So here, we don't know who's getting sacrificed. We don't know who's who. We don't know anything other than all I keep seeing are Kiely Rodni's faces. But in here, there's someone in here right there. And this woman, she needs to be shut down, because all this is harvest time, and all this is collecting people and using Madeleine McCann's name in vain. The little girl, the people are working their asses off to bring her justice. But yet this shit is being accepted on social media as the truth. Really? Look at her. She's covered in all of that white mesh with the red hearts. She is being sacrificed. This is the white mesh and all of these hearts, and this is what winds up in the water, and they're bringing her somewhere. That is what winds up on all the kids. All of them. Loaded. There's the smiley face coming. Yes. You've I won. Woo-hoo. Yeah, look at that. And what's on top of her head there, you guys? Do you understand that that's the same bar and that's the same information that I just showed you? Summer Moon Wells has that same bar above her head. See that bar? I just showed you Summer Moon's. That's Summer Moon's. This is hers. They're the same. It's the same information. Here, little monkeys may look like wood, but it's the same metal thing that's hanging out just like theirs. Can someone please, in the law enforcement, please put this shit together and recognize that this, what is on Summer Moon, is the same thing that is on this girl? Jesus Christ, I'm not even an FBI agent. And this shit is right in front of us. Right in front of us. Does that look normal? This story, all this story is it reinforces the fact that when I see this on this whoever this is, I see Summer Moon Wells missing children. I see Kiely Rodni. I see the Idaho 4. I see the Watts, the Vallows. I see them all. All of them. But yet, no one's stopping them. When they show photos like this, when you guys do your own homework and they show photos like this, I want you to remember to look in the area that is foggy. The area that is foggy is extremely important information. Always has been. That is another child. There's 3 people here. That is very important information. and they put it in the foggy area. There's your sad face in the foggy area. And she has that white mask. She has that white mask over the front of her face. That's what she has here in the photo that you're looking at. Here, I'll blow it up. For the law enforcement between here and Europe, I would think that someone could take a look at this. That's her face. You could tell I'm frustrated, but it's not, I'm not as frustrated as I am disappointed. I'm extremely disappointed in the fact that not one law enforcement person, single individual, is discussing this information. This here is not that Julia that we saw. This is a sacrifice of a child. Whoever that Julia is, all I know is she isn't who we think she is. And whoever that lady is, I don't even want her to say her name, is a bunch of crock of shit. And I could say that because she called everyone else crocks of shit. So, right back at ya. Actually, I dare you to challenge me. I dare you to challenge me. Look at that. Answer, yes, I do. Lori, have you gotten any response from law enforcement? They're not going to respond back other than they do take my information. And they take my information seriously. I'm not on at any level to know anything. For all I know, they use it. Like, and I don't know. But I'm looking for something to happen on a very large scale. I'm looking for something to happen on a very large scale. Like, this has to stop. Look at her neck. These are not people who they say they are. They're just not. This one here, again, has a head on the other side of the picture. Like, these photos, let me crop it. These photos are of people being taken. These photos are of sacrifices. These photos are showing the sick shit that you see in the deep dark web. These aren't just photos of her picking her up at the friggin' train station. That's someone's head right there. We will never know her story. We'll never know the real story of this girl. That to me looks like Julia. I mean, Kylie. All those strings, those are all real. That's too blurry. Look at that face. We don't know who that is. But it's not. It's no one we know. All I ask is for this to be recognized as not what you think it is. I'm not even asking for this to be recognized as the complete truth. I'm not saying, oh my God, please recognize this as the complete truth. I'm asking for the law enforcement between here and Europe to recognize the fact that this is what's being shown. That whatever you think your story is wrong. Period. Yeah, law enforcement, there's nothing we're gonna know. This is, and it's super easy to get the information on it. Because it's not being covered up. Here she is laying in the back of something with that tube in her mouth. That's not the girl that she's saying it is. It's someone completely different. I think it's a girl from the US. I think it's one of the girls that we're following these stories because these photos are completely nonsense. What they show is that these sacrifices are going on and no one's stopping it. And no one cares to call anyone bullshit or call anybody out on the fake shit that we're seeing here. Come on, you guys. All fake. I showed you those. In the little corner of her picture, there they are. There's the picture of without the eyeball. That's exactly what Summer Moon Wells looks like with the tube across her head that I showed you. Um, that's what they do to them here. That's what the Summer Moon Wells missing children look like. That's what they do to them. Right there in the corner. It's right there. That is in her video. That comes from this lady's video. That is no different from this picture of Summer Moon. These are the same. Do you catch what I'm trying to tell you? This little girl, whatever is going on here is the same thing. It's the same equipment. It's the same information. It's the same. And that's what my question is. If we see that these are the same, and you see that this woman's video of her picking Julie up at the train has this photo in it, and this is Summer, there's no difference. It's the same purpose. They're all Summer Moon Wells sacrificed children, and this here comes from that lady. And this here is the same as what happened to our Summer Moon Wells missing children. Period. It's a pretty clear photo. No different. No different, you guys. These are sacrificed heads. These are sacrifices that are going to continue over and over. And these kids could only get justice if it is recognized and stopped. This is in her video. You've seen this. You've seen all of this, you guys. So whoever you are, lady, that has put this stuff out there, you're barking up the wrong part of the world, because we know what this is. All you got to do is you keep putting your elements out there, and I will keep calling them out over and over. And I'm not going to stop until justice comes. That's all. You know what? I have the time. I have the drive, and I have the energy, and I have the desire to figure out who the fuck that is. So keep putting this stuff out there, and yeah, the day will come. The day will come. Because these girls here, there's more than one, there's more than two, and there's more than three. They're all here. And we see our elements that this channel over here, WCIA Network, has been looking at and collecting and reviewing and channeling and just going over every little teeny piece of video to grab these number fives and to show that these are all the same sacrifices. You show this shit and you just line right up. Cookie cutter. Cookie cutter. Keep dishing it. Keep dishing it. The 5 is right on her body. That's a sacrifice. It's on her. That's what it looks like. These children have it on them. It's right on their bodies. Just like this girl. We weren't born yesterday. We have been watching this shit since, I guess I've been watching since March of 2021. It's not even the same head. People, you know what it is? People care more than you think they care. People give a shit more than you even could imagine. Totally. They care. Way more than you can imagine. Now, I don't know how big this one is. This here is a little shorter. But this video, this little presentation I put together so I can show you what is happening inside more of these faces that are showing up on YouTube. I have narrowed it down to just a handful of creators that I will be looking between the frames so I could capture the Summer Moon Wells Missing Children's elements. These are their elements. It's all in here, even what's in the background. So I now know, and I know which videos have it. I know the videos that will have it. The videos that have it, they have a particular rhythm that I see because I use my whatever. They have a particular rhythm that speaks to me. I know real fast when I'm going to be able to use it to get elements. Now we know that's not Molly, but this is on her page. So the law enforcement, their job is to find out who the fuck this is. I'm not going to get any response from Molly because I've tried. But that's not her. If she cares that people are doing this to her face, great. Find out who's doing it. I've been showing this shit for a while now, but now it's getting really good. Now I could narrow it down and pull it in, because these faces and these elements are becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. The circle is becoming smaller. Now, the new things that I didn't have in Molly's videos before, they're new. And that's why I find it very intriguing, because something shifted. There was some sort of a shift within. I'm not going to pass judgment. Some sort of shift within that shows a lot more elements, much, much more than ever before. So the smiley face to me only shows up in really major videos. And this is a pretty big smiley face. So because of that, I'm going to be watching much, much more than I have. And because of the bird face up in the right-hand side. You see? These are very important elements outside of what's going on with her face. You have to laugh, you guys, because come on. Like, if this was my channel and my face, someone did this to my face, I would be like, excuse me, who did this to my face? Like, I'd want to know in a heartbeat. But it's like nobody's home. I don't know who this lady is, but she when her face on top peels away, it's Molly's face that's underneath it. So I don't get that. And these are fairly new. So this one here is very interesting because whatever is under this girl, shows that maybe this girl isn't real at all. I have no idea, but why would there be, like, I don't know who she is, but that's what's under her face. Like, it's just different people. There's a lot of different people. basically, um, it's the glasses. This still reminds me of Brian's father and Don. Look at that. Look at that, you guys. I just don't get that that's Don. That's pretty clever. It's really clever. I just showed you that. Um, Even though this has nothing to do with the faces, I wanted to show you what happened to that Dr. Dre. I don't even know what it is. I never followed it. Um, there's a video that she has on this same video YouTube. This shows the inside of some shed, but all it shows to me are the elements of the Idaho 4 killings. This is what they are. I mean, it's a swing, it's a basket. I don't know. This is what it is. That's supposed to be the box to a vacuum, and it just shifts, and it shows the elements very, very, very clearly to the Idaho 4. And it changed. Like the video's supposed to be the inside of this shed. But I think they went into a boat, and this shows the story. I see the Idaho 4 story very, very loud and clear. And this is supposed to be the inside of a shed, so it really shouldn't look like this at all. And it's shifting so drastically that it looks almost cartoonish. And it shows this, like, I don't know. This is, to me, reminds me of the Idaho 4. The Gotcha Man's faces. The picture to the left is from the Idaho. Oh, I'm sorry, is from the Beeston Bunch. And that face, I'm going to try to get more of that face, but I believe that face is what shows up on the Gotcha Man's TV. So what you see to the left is from the Beeston Bunch, and it's giving you a shitload of information. The Beeston Bunch, even though, again, I'm not talking about them directly, everything I do and say here is under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. And it's for the sake of the missing children. It's not about the Beeston Bunch. It's about the fact that this shit is in their videos. And I could grab any video of theirs. It's like the whole entire thing shows stuff. This guy was walking behind them on the street, and the only reason I recognize him is because I've seen his face. I believe it's at the Gotcha Man's videos or in Ryan Upchurch's, but this face, I'm going to keep in my files. Anyone knows who this is, I would love to have it come forward. But This is the other face that showed up in the Gotcha Man's TV. Now, the TVs I use often to look at images. Sorry, you guys. To look at images and to see what's going on because they're really important. People use the TVs as a way as a source to show information. So when I see this to me is the element that goes above the head, right here. Wait, let me turn it. Maybe this way. Let me see. Doesn't go that way, but this to me is, this is an element. This is part of what goes in the door frames. This is a big part of the element. And this guy here, I have seen in Benny's video, he sort of looks like, this is what Benny turns into this guy. So this guy to the left, I think matches the guy to the right, but the guy to the right is supposed to be Benny because that's from Benny's video. So both these videos show this same guy. I believe that these are a match, but yet they are being portrayed as somebody else. If you know what I mean. Like this was being portrayed as Benny. But we know this isn't the Benny that we know of, right? And the guy to the left, I believe, looks the same. They all look like Brian's, but it's all one big circle. That I could tell you. These guys, I believe, are all in the same group. I don't know who they are, but I could tell by the logo. I could tell by their faces. They're in the room. They're in the room with the metal equipment. The guys to the left, that is the room that I keep showing you. I don't want to call it the kill zone more than I want to call it like this. It's a sacrifice. It's like a room that has a lot to do with, see the number 5s and the piping, and these guys all look alike. They all look like Enan, they look like Brian, but yet no one is putting it together. Another picture that was in that video is the same picture and information that's in Benny's garage, and also in that guy who created all that machinery. This is important, you guys. The Idaho 4 and Kiely Rodni, I keep telling you, are connected. The picture to the right is from the Beeston Bunch, and the Beeston Bunch video is what I told you has the Kiely Rodni sacrifice. I have all of the information from those videos to show how they all match up to Kiely Rodni. All the way down to elements that were on Kiely Rodni in her videos as well as in the Beeston Bunch. Kiely Rodni, I believe, is what's being shown to the right. To the left is from one of the parties. The Idaho 4 is a complete cover-up, this is allegedly, to many sacrifices that have happened in the past. They are also sacrificing children. The children are being hidden and it's not being discussed. There are many, many, many people that know about it. This group of kids know about it. This child is right in there. This child is within the contraction that Summer Moon Wells was in, and they're hiding it by layering it with this goddamn stuffed animal, and nobody sees it. The person on the bottom is Ethan, I believe. This is a child in a bloody neck brace. It is not difficult to find. It's not difficult to find. If this doesn't piss anybody off that's watching, I don't know what to say. But this whole video that they have with this frickin' stuffed animal is only used to cover up the child within. That's a child inside the same contraction around the neck as I've been showing all night. So if you look through their video, the faces of the children could be found within the hats, in the dark sweaters, and the one to the right, I believe, is Kylie Rodney. And that was found in the Beeston Bunch video. There's no difference from any of these, you guys. This is Ethan. He was at that party, but his picture, his photos are backwards. That's the face that's in here and within these other pictures. Now, this guy is one of the guys that I have seen. I cut his face out because I want you to notice the child in the back that is connected to the equipment. And she has those Truly drinks around her. She is in the a back room with those metal things, and she has it around her neck. She's in one of those chairs. She's in a green chair. She's in a green chair, and that is a child that doesn't belong at this party. Doesn't belong. That is what's going on in the back room. All the way in the back is where you see someone hanging from the bar. Now these pictures, you guys, these pictures are brutal. And we have Idaho 4 that is on the news every day. It's a world-known freaking case But yet it's another big ass case that no one is looking clearly at what's going on in these social media posts. The social media posts are only there to post the sacrifices. That's in the back. This is what's happening in the purple room. This is what's happening in the purple room. He's not pushing weights. He is being sacrificed. He's being sacrificed. Why isn't this being talked about or acknowledged by anyone? Do you guys see that that's a child connected to the silver neck brace that I just showed you that little boy had around his neck and it was bleeding? Do you see this? Do you see that thing on her eye? See the metal posts that look a little dark and purple? That's like a cage. That's the trim of the trim of the doorway. That's the machinery above her head. This is a sacrifice. That's a child, probably 12 years old. Those are the drinks right there that they brag about. Why is this acceptable? It's acceptable. All these fucking wires. Here's another child crying in the stuffed animal. That's her crying. You first see her face on the right hand side. I sort of cut it out. She's really, really, really young. And then here is obviously she's crying. And we all know, we've all seen these little wires on the head. Do you guys understand? I see these on all the victims. It's disgusting. Here's another little child. This room is doing the same thing as what happened to the Idaho 4 students. This is being allowed. It's not being stopped. And there's multiple amounts of young kids that no one is talking about. They have no name. They have no name, but yet they're here. That's the equipment, you guys. Like, I get so nauseous looking at these photos again. It's nauseating me. I can't even. My throat gets dry. And I don't get how these pictures aren't being analyzed. That's Ethan. That's Ethan in there with him. And what you see Ethan's neck looking like is what the necks look like when you get sacrificed. And as much as they try to cover this shit up in here and layer it, when you have someone like me who knows exactly what I'm looking at, it doesn't work. It's Ethan. And Ethan is with a child. I told you there were more than they say were sacrificed. And that's the baby. That's another child, like just showed you on the right hand side. It's very disturbing. And the people that are doing this find it okay. I believe that that is either Dylan or Aiden, because that face is either Dylan or Aiden. That's how I see it. Because I know through my clairvoyance and through my knowing of my third eye that this is all one group, and these are all the same sacrifices, and it's all the same families. I think that's Dylan or Aiden. And let me tell you, these kids, these faces show up. Yeah, his hands were doing this. Is it in here? Yeah, his hands do that symbol. In the beginning, when I first started researching and looking into his case, um, the first thing I do is I recognize and um, bring attention to the symbols. And this, and the bag he was holding like, that's like not even his finger. See? Like that was like one of the very first things. I'm like, he's a Summer Moon Wild's missing child. He was sacrificed for the same purpose. You could see just in the finger, right? Those fingers, like it's what they do. There's something with the fingers. They had different fingers. They cut fingers. I don't know what they do, but as soon as I saw Dylan Rounds' fingers like this, do you see that one? How it's like a fake finger. It's like his finger is inside his finger. That's what they do. It's like this really weird fingers thing. But it's consistent. And his hand is on the bar. And right here, I'm like, oh, he's one of them. And and there's just tons and tons and tons of more information that puts him in that category. Um, he here shows you that, to me, this is Kiely Rodni's setup. They get put in all of these different directions of, I don't know what, their chairs, their bars, but this is the same thing that's going on in the corner of this party. There are faces back there, and it's really quite matches up to Kylie Rodney's. Um, like I said, these cases are all the same. I think they brag and they show all the kids that are here, and they show all the faces that we believe to be those people. And Kylie Rodney was right there as well. All the same colors, everything is the same. See, it's those chairs. And these are sacrifices. This is what it looks like. I pulled this to the side one day. I'm like, I think that these are, this is what's going in and out of the water. This is what it is. The picture up in the right hand side is Bob Vaughn's. I think that's from Bob Vaughn's group that went to the water. I don't know, but the picture to the left is pretty obvious. Sorry, guys. Here, this is what the fake Julia that we just showed you looked like. And the information, um, is just coming closer and closer together. This is the Gotcha Man, his car that is, I don't know where this is, but to me this is just layered up, ready to go. This is what it looks like. It's got those bars on the top. It's the fake car. And I think that somehow these guys were used as doubles. That's Ethan. And I don't know who that, but they, when you put their faces together, they look a lot alike. And the hand that's on the bottom of that animal is a different hand. That's like a girl's hand. So there's a lot that goes on here. A lot. And whatever's to the left, they're in the room. They're in that purple room. That's what's going on in that purple room. It's not a place you want to be. It's not a place you want to be. This is Cadoodle. These are other girls. I think that there are a lot of people that knew what went on. I think there are a lot of people that know what happened. And there are a lot of people that have done this shit before. It's not a new experience, and they're not new sacrifices within the land of Moscow at all. Because whoever that is was sacrificed. Just what you see here, the same thing that I showed you that's smashed between the parts of the car and moved. This was not the first time. I showed you this. Not the first time. Here's this dude on the couch. He's connected to something. People are not talking. They're not talking. They're not telling you what happened. They're not discussing it. They're just leaving clues all over the place. Lots of clues. This one is important to look at. Notice the middle picture. This picture with that head there next to her. Whoops. Let me see if I have it here. 36. Wait. Oh, I do. Excellent. Okay. So this is shit that's on her. So if in fact this is really her, I don't understand. Unless this is someone else that is being deep faked. But whatever is happening in the upper right hand corner is real. That's the child. These images and these elements are consistent. Look at the picture on the left hand side. The picture in the middle is the same as what's happening in these pictures of what's coming out of their floor. It's the same face and the same circumstance. So the face that's coming out of the Beeston Bunch under the ground is the same thing that's sitting next to that girl's head in the back of the Idaho 4 party. This is the same information. However you want to see it, this here, all three of these, whatever's going on in the picture to the left from that lady that I challenge her to come up here, and what's going on the picture to the right is the same thing that is happening in the room underground in the Beeston Bunch video. These are like exactly the same. So as crazy and dumb as those faces look, they're all over the place. And whoever's hugging one of those isn't the girl that is Julia. Identical. And they're all coming out of the ground. Do you see that? They're coming out of the ground. This is the Beeston Bunch. This is the Idaho 4. They shouldn't be matching. And this, to the left-hand side, is the girl that lady kidnapped. All of these faces that you see show up, believe it or not, in Don Wells's window in the video of the machine. That video of the machine that shows in his window goes through the whole entire sacrifice. Day one, we had the whole entire thing. I have the whole entire thing on video in his window. The whole thing. I think these two guys are the same. The guy to the left is the one who did a video, Tim Mullins' video that Tim had years and years and years ago, and they're discussing this whole cult thing, the whole thing. The one to the right is the man from Amber Alert, Amber Hagerman's vigil. Now, with all this stuff that I went over tonight, there's really some critical information that's the most important. This is hugely important. I'm taking a picture of this. This is such an apples to apples that brings it all together, because I believe that Kiely Rodni stuff was embedded within the Beeson Bunch stuff. This here is really important because that's the fake Julia. Look at that. So, at the end of the day, the moral of the story here tonight is this is one big circle, and the circle needs to be busted open and acknowledged. This is a child. This isn't being covered up. She has all the elements on her. She's bleeding from her mouth. Whatever string is coming out of her mouth here is the same string that's coming out of here, Molly. I mean, obviously it's not the Molly that we know of. Like, this string coming out of her mouth is what I was showing you up here. This basically symbolizes the same thing, because I see this over and over. This. And this. But look at her. She's covered in stuff. These are all the elements, you guys, of Summer Moon Wells. And this guy, whoever this guy is in the middle here, he's like holding the green face all night. The green, wait, let me brighten it up. The green face is connected to his pants, and it's there throughout the video. These are sacrifices. That girl's head is in a contraction. And these are the green, the maroon, and the white. Right there. So if I could get one reporter, one law enforcement, one private investigator to take notice of all this shit that is all the same, and all the same sacrifices and all the same people, it would really save thousands of lives. They're all the same. On that note, you guys, I am going to call it a night. This was amazing. Go Illini. They won. Double overtime. You guys, may justice come real soon. Look at their icon is even messed up. May justice come real soon to these Summer Moonwell's missing children. That looks like your husband. Maybe your husband's in here. That'd be kind of silly. And may this please be recognized so it can be stopped and the children can get the justice that they deserve. None of them have gotten the justice they deserve because none of this has been acknowledged or stopped. Thank you all for being here. Love you all. God bless you all. Muffin Top, thank you so much. Judy, thank you so much. My two wonderful mods. Thank you, my subscribers, my members. Really great night. I love what I went over today. It took me a long time to organize to make sure that it came together as one, because this is one big ball of wax. Get some sleep, you guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Everyone feel good. Stay healthy. Thumbs up on your way out. Thank you, guys. Talk to you all soon. Good night.